Kings and Warriors tonight. I'm so sick of the Golden State Warriors and
Same.
playing meaningful games against them. The last time these two teams met, Morgan, the Kings and Warriors had the same record at 28-27.
Wild.
Golden State has now won 9 of 10, 5 in a
Okay.
row. They are 12-2 since the Jimmy Butler trade.
Whoa.
And the Kings are in desperate need of a win, right? They're still aiming at the 8th spot. And I think in some respects, they're still looking at the 6th spot with Golden State.
Fair.
You lose tonight. Those dreams are
Oh,
adios.
over.
Thank you. How are you feeling about the Kings headed in this game after what happened the last time these two teams met and after how the Kings looked against the New York Knicks the other night?
Annoyed,
Okay.
worried, not I don't want to say like I have low expectations of, because I think we've seen this Kings team play a good style basketball even in some of these losses where they just couldn't get it done. But when it's the Golden State Warriors and we really focus on that last loss for the Kings against this team and it just being a blowout at Golden One Center and just how good the Warriors have played together since adding Jimmy Butler. It's wild how one person can re-energize an entire team, and obviously a fantastic basketball player, but to also bring a standard and an energy that everyone has bought into. And we haven't seen lapses of it yet, right? I mean, you said it. They're 12-2 since the Jimmy Butler trade. Yeah, I think people should be worried going into this one, but obviously the Kings should have a different mindset.
Since the trade, they are 5th in offense, 4th in defense, too. So they're just playing great basketball. And I feel like when Golden State beat Sacramento a few weeks back, it was 132-108. Similar vibes to Kings Knicks, to be honest. It just felt like they kind of got punked that night.
Yes.
And so I'm interested to see what the response is by Sacramento. Sabonis and LaRavia, both questionable. Sabonis was a full participant at practice yesterday, so hopefully he's able to go. But I think this is an important game for Sacramento, just in terms of like, okay, who are you guys? Like, are you going to show up in a big game after getting embarrassed on the home floor? Because I felt like that game, they got punched early. They kind of punched back, and then there was just a knockout. And I just, of course, the Knicks are a better team than Sacramento. We know that. But I felt like if Sacramento played more like they had been lately, it would have been more of a game, even with Sabonis not there.
Well, and that's what I need to see tonight. And I think a lot of people are like, no, you need to see the W come out of it too. And it's like, yeah, absolutely. If the Kings really want to make a push here, like, yes, every single game down the stretch, especially against some of these good teams, are really, really important for the Kings to actually finish with that W, even in an ugly win. But I think for a game like tonight, I think it will help my soul if I still see a better product than what I saw against the New York Knicks.
What's crazy too is just thinking about where the Warriors have been. I feel so stupid. After the Kings beat him in the play-in, I was like, it's over. Finally. Like, they'll be relevant because they've got Steph. They'll be good, but it's like, you don't really have to worry about them anymore. Even this year, they got off to a hot start and then they fell apart.
Oh, when they
and
fell
I'm watching
apart.
Steph Curry, and these teams are just loading up on him. I'm like, man, okay, if they don't make a trade, it's problematic. The Durant trade falls apart, and you're like, man, did they whiff again after missing out on Markkanen and Paul George? Okay, cool. Then they get Jimmy. And it has, like, to your point, has changed everything.
Everything.
You look at Steph Curry's numbers since the trade.
What?
30 points a game, just under 30 points a game, 49% shooting, 42% from three. He's like looking like himself again. What do you know? Having a player that can draw and command so much attention like Jimmy Butler changes everything from Steph, and it has re-energized him. So I don't necessarily look at Golden State as some championship contender, but I thought they were going to be out of the picture now.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'm not going to worry about them as a threat to Sacramento. And now they've just zoomed on by Sacramento.
Yep.
They're hanging on to the 6th spot right now and maybe trying to make a push for more. It's just crazy how shit changes fast. I don't know if I'm trying to talk myself into this next angle, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Jonathan Kuminga is back for the Warriors tonight. His first game since January 4th. He hasn't played with Jimmy yet.
So you wanted to screw with their flow.
I'm being honest. Like, am I looking too much into that? Because look, Moses Moody has given them good minutes. Guy Santos has given them good minutes. Quentin Post has given them good minutes. some of those minutes are going to be sacrificed with Kuminga, and he likes to have the ball. He likes
I
to
don't
score.
think you're looking too much into that, but I also think that you're looking for hope. You're looking for an angle because who's to say that it won't just work out fine considering that they plugged in Jimmy Butler right away with the trade and everything's worked out better than fine. You have Steph effing Curry on your team. And when I say that, obviously we saw there was a time this season where it felt like, yes, teams have figured out how to just slow him down, like let the rest of the team beat you, all the things. And now you are going back to having multiple guys beat you, having multiple weapons, threats, however you want to put it. So I think it's a fair thing to bring up.
Especially in this first game back,
Especially in his first game back. But I also think Steve Kerr is going to do the right thing and see if the flow isn't working out there. He's like, we got to get the effing dub.
Yeah.
You know?
The other angle I'm going to be watching tonight is just how Sacramento approaches this. We talk so much about the physicality and toughness. Like, you have to just bring it, especially this time of year where everyone's fighting for playoff positioning.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State trying to move up, solidify their spot in the 6th spot, right? They're playing for something. Sacramento trying to get out of the play-in. They don't want to be in the 9-10 matchup, trying to get that 8th spot from LA. They're 2 behind the Clippers. They play them one more time. Something Doug said at practice yesterday was interesting, just talking about like you kind of got to learn to be like tough. Like, you have to be comfortable knowing that, hey, if you're being physical, they're going to be physical back, and that his team is still learning that. And I'm like, oof. I don't know if you can't really wait around. You just got to have it. You got to have that desperation from the jump.
But you didn't. But here's the other thing. It's like going to that though. It's like they didn't get to learn that as part of their identity in training camp. They had to do that with a mid-season trade, and they had to do. And it's like, okay, but it's like, so did the Warriors, and look at the success that they have. But Jimmy Butler also has so much postseason success. He has so many different things that he brings, and you're still playing with one of the best in the world in Steph Curry. I think for the Kings, when you think about what their identity was before the trade, after the trade, all these different things that they're still trying to figure out. But that one thing that you just mentioned, being physical, like, you just, as a competitor, you just got to do it. And everyone gets so excited for playoff basketball because the physicality amps up. Start that shit now.
Yeah, can't get outworked.
Yeah.
And they got outworked in that last matchup against the Golden State Warriors. The 6th seed is something we're all watching still. It's over if you lose. They're 3.5 games behind the 6th spot with 18 to go.
Okay.
You win tonight, you're 2.5 back, and you would win the season series against the Warriors. So you'd have the tiebreaker if anything crazy went down.
Sure.
And you'd inch closer to the Clippers. You lose tonight, all of a sudden you're 4.5 out of the 6.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Give me a good game.
Yes, we need a good game. It's on TNT. Kevin Harlan, Stan Van Gundy, Ali LaForce on the call. National TV only. We will be live after the game to see, hopefully it's something good.
Yeah.
I'll put a, yeah.
What is that?
Am I beaming with confidence right now?
I don't think you're beaming with it. That sounded dramatic and dark.
I know. I just got to see it. I don't know. Like, I think I've said this before on podcasts where, like, the last couple of years, you feel like, oh, I know this team. I feel like they're going to respawn. I still don't really know this team because there's just so many new faces. I think I saw someone on social media post a screen grab of DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine at a press conference after the game, and they're like, who would have thought this would be the case a year ago? It's like, you're right. So we're still kind of learning this stuff, and you hope Sabonis can go and LaRavia can go. That would help things a lot for Sacramento. Let us know how you're feeling about this game tonight. Have you given up on the 6th spot, or do you think there's still a chance for the Kings to get in the top 6? Drop your predictions below and join us live after the game.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The